Imagine this. You buy a booster pack, you open it, and suddenly everything is random. They're not from one set or something specific. I know that exists, right? But imagine that now you have to build one deck with one of those cards. Maybe you could use two of them. Well, that's my challenge every week, or almost that. Welcome back to another Magic Arena, not Arena actually, Magic Card Challenge, or I don't know, I'm still trying to create a name around it. And what the idea in here is we're gonna open Scryfall, which we have in here. We have a timer which will reset in a second. And we're going to hit random 15 times. And with that, we're going to rate the cards that we're going to be seeing. So ranking 10 cards first, actually 15 cards first, like a pack, or like older packs used to have. And then we're gonna choose one of those cards. It doesn't necessarily need to be the best one or the best rated one. Mostly it's gotta be a different card, not something that, like, I'm not gonna get an art-liked Phoenix and just build a Phoenix deck. It doesn't make any sense. The idea is to get a card that maybe I won't know and just create a deck around that. So that is the idea of this, and let's go. So let me just reset the timer first. Here. So yeah, we have 1 hour and 15 minutes already starting. Let's hit random. Okay, Nirkana Revenant. We do not do unhinged, unstable, infinity kind of sets, the kind of joke sets, I'm gonna call them. Then we don't rate basic lands. I think that's it. Even any other kind of land we're gonna rank, and yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, sorry. So this is in Rise of the Eldrazi. This is a secret lair drop artwork. The idea is we're gonna get this. We're gonna come in here. The last ones. Should have done these earlier. So 65, we're gonna go up to 80. Right? That's 15. Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna rate. From 0 to 2, it's probably just a garbage card. Doesn't do a lot. From 2 to 4, it's a bad card, but could be fun. We don't know. 4 to 5 is slightly below average, is slightly above, good, very good, and broken cards from 9 to 10. So that's the idea. Let me read this one. 6 mana Vampire Shade. That is a 4/4. Whenever you tap a swamp for mana, you add an additional black. And you pay 1 target. No, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay, so it's interesting that it doubles your mana, but when you already have 6 mana on a color that generally doesn't do that a lot, or very hardly. So what we're going to do, 6 mana for 4, no flying or something like that. The ability is very good, I mean, of course. That is something like in another format, probably this wouldn't be great. But if you think about a format like Commander, you know, we don't have a lot of things like this in black, so having this is great. Good target for reanimation spells. And of course it's hard to block this, as like a swamp can add double black, and then this can get +2/+2 from each swamp that you tap. I don't know, it's not a great card, but the ability is very powerful. Let me see. I think that you have better reanimation targets, of course, and then you have better uses, but the ability is pretty good. I don't know, it's around average, but is it slightly below or is it a little bit above? I'm gonna just go for 4.5. I don't know, maybe it's more. I mean, it's a pretty nice card. Or 5.6. Generally, I'm too rough on cards, so I try to really understand the value that it can bring, if not answered, and just really give a little bit more credit for some cards. So yeah, that's it. Let's go for the next one. This is right? These are 15. I'm like... Okay, Temple of Epiphany. I don't think we have rated any temple. I am trying to think on a way that if I rank one temple, then I don't have to rank any other one, but that would need me to get all of the lands from each cycle in here, and I don't know. Probably I would just forget. Temples are this Scry one, right? Just to be sure, yeah. So when this enters the battlefield, it enters tapped, but you scry 1, and then you add one of two colors. So yeah, the temples are not great. I think they should print them in common at some point if they had not done that already. I'm not gonna look for that, but I don't think so. I don't think they did. This could be a common at nowadays. So I don't know. Enter stepped, so that is great disadvantage a lot of times. Try one. We have Surveil right now, which is much better. I'm gonna say though that this is like a 4.2. Not bad, you know. It has taps for 2 colors and all. Fine, very fine. Okay, what else we have? Viscera Seer. Okay, this one I know. I have this on one of my decks, my physical decks, which I don't have a lot. But yeah, 1 mana, 1/1, 1 black mana for a creature, vampire, wizard, and it says sacrifice a creature, scry 1. So yeah, this is a 1 mana creature that helps you sacrifice your creatures. And yeah, I think that it is pretty cool in the way that generally it might be harder to get something that sacks without having to pay mana or things like that. This one really helps you with that. And try 1 is not the best of the abilities that you could get for this, but it's fine. It's an engine, you know. It helps you do whatever you're trying to do, maybe set up some combos and things like that. So I do think that this is pretty nice. I think I'm gonna rate it above average. Not too much though, just a little bit above. Probably, I don't know. I think that it's better than Nirkana in some ways, you know, but I kind of want to just give this a 5.3. By itself, the power level on these is not great, you know? So yeah, that's the idea. It's fine if I don't get anything like... I don't know, I could get something not on the best ranking because it has some kind of synergies or things that I'm not aware of, and that's fine. That might happen. Okay, so creature, bird, flying, 4 mana, 2 and 2 blue, and whenever this deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. So 4 mana, 1/3 flyer is not great. Drawing you cards just when you hit your opponent, so it's going to enter on turn 4 a little bit earlier only, and then it's gonna take a whole turn to have a chance of dealing damage to an opponent, and it's only a 1/3, which is very, very not great of body, you know. Yeah, for me it's kind of bad. So this is it. I do generally gonna do this to know which cards that are interesting for us. And yeah, let's go for another one. Primal Frenzy, 1-mana aura, enchantment for 1 green. I'm gonna generally try to say the color, because you know, someone might just be listening. And it just gives trample. Okay, just giving trample, you know, for 1 mana, an aura, and all, like, this can be a trade where you lose value, you know. It's not great by any means, and just giving trample is really not great, so I'm really willing to just go for the garbage zone in here and just rate it as a 1.5, maybe. Not gonna think a lot in here, because there are others which might need more time of us. Lotus Guardian, 7 mana artifact creature dragon. Interesting. 4/4 flying. It is only 7 generic mana and it taps to add 1 mana of any color. So when you already have 7 mana, when you already are available to have 7 mana, adding that mana is not gonna help you too much. A 4/4 flyer as well. We're not gonna get it. We're not getting a very good streak in here. I'm gonna say that it is pretty bad, and it's, I don't know, it might be worse than the aura we just saw. I'm not gonna try and compare them, but is this good? How garbage is this? I mean, it's an artifact creature. It dies to a lot of stuff. It is only a 4/4. Has flying, but for 7 men, this is so good, so bad. This might be one of the lowest that I am going to rank anything in here, and I'm gonna say 0.3 for Lotus Guardian. Okay, Phantom Warrior. I do know this card. I don't know if I have done this already, but it's one of the cards that I have, like, from 8th or 9th edition in my collection, that, you know, I know this because I used to play this when I was a child. And this is a Phantom Warrior, 3 mana 2/2, 1 and 2 blue. It is a creature illusion warrior and can't be blocked. 3 mana 2/2 can't be blocked. Not great as well nowadays. So it's not garbage, at least. It's just a little bad, you know. I don't know, you can use it with other stuff and then you get some things, but like not being able to be blocked is good with some things, that whenever it connects damage it will draw you a card or things like that. Other than that, we don't have a lot. So it's a warrior on blue, which doesn't tell a lot. So yeah, I think it's, I'm just like, is it more than 3? I'm gonna say 2.6 maybe. But yeah, that's it. Not thinking a lot as well. Weight of Conscience. So 2 mana enchantment aura, 1 and 1 white. And these enchants creature can't attack. It can't attack. And then you can tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a creature type to exile the enchanted creature. Okay, so we have to think on a lot of scenarios in here. First thing, okay, if you are on the defensive side, if you are receiving aggression, like you're on the draw and suddenly your opponent has a good card attacking, you go for these. That creature can't attack. It did not lose any types, it did not lose any abilities. It's just like, you know, it's very, very worse than pacifism on that case. And then, yeah, at some point, you want to activate the other part of this to really exile that creature. You can exile that creature as soon as this enchants it. Like, okay, I already have like 2 humans. They share a creature type. And then I'm gonna pay 2 mana. I'm gonna put these on my opponent creature. And then I'm gonna tap these 2 humans to exile that. Not really great, because generally, yeah, you're gonna want to just wait for their turn before you do this ability. You do on the end of their turn. But still, like, a lot of setup for a worst pacifism, and pacifism isn't great. I think that this is pretty bad, yeah. But like, how bad is it? I think we can just get it onto the 2. It does, let's go 2.1. Like, it does stop the other creature from attacking. It does get you some time for not a lot of mana value. So yeah, that's fine. Let's go. Okay, the last ride. I don't think we have done this. I mean, we have not done a lot, so, but we already have gone through some repeated cards. Okay, so this is like Death Shadow, but on a vehicle. And yeah, it had a lot of kind of hype. But what is this? Okay, it's a 1 black mana for a 13/13 vehicle. So, sorry. It's another a legendary artifact vehicle. It gets -X, where X is your life total, but as when you still didn't crew these, it's not gonna receive that, right? Because it's not a creature yet. And then you can crew it for 2. So you tap 2 creatures that have power 2. You tap 1 or more creatures that add power 2 or more. I think it's power, right? I'm mostly sure. And then this becomes a creature. Death Shadow is pretty good, and it is pretty good by itself. This one, the thing is, it needs you to have that other creature so that you can make these into a creature. So that is one thing about the kind of not setup, but about something. This is legendary, which is kind of bad, but okay, like that happens. It does help with its own game plan, like it helps you pay life, which is kind of a little bit of what you want when you're playing these kind of cards. Some better things than Death Shadow is that you can go for these on turn 1. You know, I'm already gonna place these on the battlefield so that I don't have to, I don't know, just stay with 1 reactive spell on my hand on turn 1. But yeah, and then this has 3 mana and pay 2 life to draw a card, which is okay. But yeah, it didn't quite live with the little hype that was created. I think, I mean, I might have not seen anything, like I might have not followed something. But these really didn't get a lot of attention. It is a fun card at some point, you know, this idea of like, okay, sacrificing part of my life to really get these to be a big creature is pretty nice. The idea of, you know, how soon can you activate these is already is also nice. Okay, I did put these in here already. And then yeah, that's it. Like, what are we gonna rate this? And generally, like, you're not gonna be hitting for 13. You're gonna, of course, not for 13, but generally, like, you're gonna be hitting for 8 or something when you have 5 life, which is also something. Of course, 1 mana 8/8 is pretty good, but as we said, it needs to be crude. Okay, I did talk a lot, but did not really achieve at any point. I'm thinking of like, yeah, it's above average, it's nice card. Is it good? I don't know. I don't think that maybe it gets to be good, but it gets to be fun. Maybe, I don't know really. And yeah, that is it. So that is it. I don't know. Let's go for the next one. Let me check my timer. We have done 19 minutes already, so we're a little bit behind. Let's go. Have some cards read. Okay, land. It enters tapped. Keldon Megaliths. It taps for red, and this has Hellbent. So you pay 2 mana and tap this, and it deals 1 damage to any target. I'll activate only if you have no cards in hand. The good thing about these is that any target can be your opponent. On some kind of burn deck, these can help you get those last few points of damage. But the really bad part of these in those kind of decks is that it is enter-stepped. Like, you really want to just use all your power as soon as possible, and then these, like, you're tapping 2 and tapping these to deal 1, so you're tapping 3 mana to deal 1 damage each time. It's not great. So I'm not gonna say that this is bad by any means, but this is really just kind of an okay card. Rogue's Passage. Oh, that is pretty nice. We have done it already. Okay, so next one. Pure Steel Paladin. Okay. That one we haven't done. So 2 white mana 2/2, and when this enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Okay. So 2 mana 2/2, that when it enters you draw a card. It seems pretty good for me. Like, okay already. Then it has Metalcraft. Equipment you control have equip 0, as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. This is not an artifact, okay, but if you have 3 or more, you're using these on an equipment deck, of course. Oh wait, I read it wrong. Okay, whenever an equipment you control enters, you may draw a card. I was thinking when these enters. No. So when an equipment enters, you may draw a card. You go for these, and then are there any equipments for 0? There possibly is, but I don't know right now. But the idea of just having these on the long run, pretty good. Like, oh, okay, next turn I'm gonna go for 2, or could go for 3, but let's say 2 equipments. Okay, then you drew 2 cards, and having equipment you control have equip 0, not like, oh, the first equip ability that you're gonna do every turn. No, it's like all of them are gonna have equip 0. It's like, if this was an artifact, that would be insane, but well, still, that's fine. That's a good card. I wear the armor, I am the weapon. Okay, that's nice. I'm gonna say this is from Fallout. Was this the first? What is the order in here? Which was the first set that had this? I don't know. But there are some really interesting artwork in this. But anyway, yeah, this is fun, this is interesting. I'm gonna say that is a good card, yeah. I don't know, 6.2, mana 2/2, it is fine. Stays on the battlefield, it's kind of a threat. Yeah. Oh, Fearless Pup. Of course. It's this little doggo. So, Fearless Pup is a 1 red mana creature wolf from Kaldheim, right? Yeah. It has a 1/1 first strike. And then you have Boast for 3. It gets +2/+1 until end of turn. But only if this creature attacked this turn. And you can only activate these only once each turn. It's like, yeah, attack with these. If opponent blocks, and I do have the mana, I can activate these. This becomes a 3/1 first strike. So it's hard to block this. And it's a little hard to block this, like on turn 2, it's still not gonna be able to activate this ability. You know, if this was like 2 mana to get +1/+0, maybe that would be a little bit better. And then yeah, like that's it. What else can we say about this? It does look like a little bit of another mouth in here, actually, not a, you know. But anyway, 1 mana 1/1 first strike, solid, okay. Wolf is interesting, kind of typing, you know, if you like these kind of wolves and werewolves decks. And the Boast ability is an okay mechanic. I'm gonna say that this is okay. Like yeah, I don't know, it's a fun, okay card. I'm gonna say 5.3, might be less, probably less, but I'm feeling generous today. Oh, look at that. I do have this card, Udoka Pupil, which also becomes Ichiga who topples Oaks. Okay, so creature human monk. This is 3 mana, 1 and 2 green, and it is a 2/2. When you cast a spirit or arcane spell, you may put a key counter on this creature. So spirit is really when you have a creature that has this kind of typing, and arcane are sorceries and instants that have subtype. So they are like instant, arcane, you know. I think that there are both instants and sorceries that are arcane, that have arcane as their subtypings. And this was something from the Kamigawa block, right? Yeah, Kamigawa. So yeah, I really, really love this block from a long time of Kamigawa. When we had Kamigawa coming back, I thought, okay, I really liked it. And it's not that I didn't like this set, but I really wanted this kind of a vibe to the plane, and we kind of lost a little bit of it. It's fine, you know. I do think that we need some new things, you know, some differences sometime, but I do really love the kind of the spirits that we have in the set and all, but I'm not gonna be talking about that in here. And then what we have in here is, at the beginning of the end step, if there are 2 or more key counters on this creature, you may flip it. So yeah, this is like a double face card nowadays, but a little bit different in terms of it was just a one-faced card. And then we can flip this in here. Yeah, that's nice. So Ichiga who topples Oaks is a legendary creature spirit with trample. It is a 4/3. And then you may remove a key counter from Ichiga, and target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So yeah, the bad thing when it flips is that you cannot get key counters in here, right? And yeah, but the ability is solid. A 3 mana 4/3 was pretty good today. Yeah, okay, with trample, very nice. But you to tap it, it's a little bit of things that you've gotta do. I really liked some other mechanics of this set, like split onto arcane or something like that. I don't remember exactly how it is worded. But anyway, I'm really not thinking about what is meaningful in here. Spirits. Okay, green. There are some arcanes. 3 mana 2/2. And then you have to put 2 key counters. And then it's only going to flip at the beginning of your end step. So there are ways that this could be better. But this is what it is. It's not great. Not great at all. Not bad, though. You know, it's an interesting card. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna say that this is kind of below average, but not necessarily bad, you know, like just below average kind of card. So a 4. Now Flash Taker. Ooh, that is a nice one. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna this is interesting, but not very much. Pure Steel Paladin was interesting. Megaliths, The Last Ride. Yeah, I'm gonna mark just what makes sense in here. Phantom Warrior and Weight of Conscience. Okay, I remember now. Flash Taker is interesting as well. Like, yeah. So Flash Taker is a white and a black mana for a 2/2. Creature human assassin. And whenever you sacrifice another creature, you gain 1 life and you scry 1. Okay. And you can pay 1 mana and sack another creature. And this creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So yeah, as we were talking, this is a creature that you need to pay mana to sack other creatures. That is something. This gets +2/+2, so that's kind of like, okay, should I block this or not? It's also another one that can be a little bit tricky to block sometimes. Because yeah, this can grow, but it grows by feeding on other creatures. The art is very gore. I don't know, not gore, but creepy. And okay, when you sack another creature, gain 1 life. That's like, generally you want to be draining 1 life. That would be better, but you gain 1 life, which is the worst part. But it's fine, it's good, it helps you. And you scry 1, which is nice. So yeah, and it's an engine, although not as good as Viscera Seer as we have seen. So it's a nice card, interesting. I'm gonna say that this is kind of slightly below average, but like 4.7. I don't know. It's fun. And let's go. Please give me something interesting as well. Okay. Extraction Specialist. Let's see if we have done this. Nope. Okay. So this is 2 and a white for a creature human rogue, a 3/2 with lifelink. And when this enters, you return a creature with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature cannot attack or block for as long as you control Extraction Specialist. So it's like you get something from your graveyard, mana value is 2 or less, and then that creature cannot attack or block, but you still get the benefits of that creature abilities. So yeah, generally you want creatures that do have abilities that are interesting. It is pretty nice. It can get you a lot of things that are on your graveyard. You do have to have things on your graveyard, and yeah, that's it. Mana value 2 or less, like, you don't have a lot of options, but you do have options. So that's it. I think that this is a good card, like 3 mana 3/2 lifelink, you know, you can get something. If you lose this, then the other creature can attack and block as well, and it already like can gain you 3 life if you lose it in combat. So yeah, this is interesting. I'm thinking really that we could have like a theme in here. We could have Viscera Seer, Flash Taker, and Extraction Specialist in one deck. Who knows, maybe that's what I might do. But yeah, that is an okay card. Like, by itself, when it's on the battlefield, then it's a 3/2 lifelink. But the value that it can get you is pretty good. I'm gonna say that it is... I don't know. I'm gonna try to give a little bit more for this, so a 6.1. Okay, so we have a coffee in here. And what are we gonna do? So I don't know why I marked Temple of Epiphany. It doesn't make sense. I think it was Viscera Seer, maybe. No, it was Nirkana Revenant, the one that can ramp you. I want to open Nirkana Revenant again as well. Let me try to see if I find it. No. And then we do this. What? Oh. Yeah, okay. Você traz limão pra mim? Claro. Obrigado. Okay. And just a little bit of a cut in there. I'm not gonna add any time back, but yeah, we're thinking about a card now. So now we've got to pick the card that we're gonna use. Let me just check one thing. Yeah. Okay, so we do have some very different cards in here, some very interesting ones, and I do think that it's a kind of a hard decision, because we have some that are very interesting and some that are harder to really think of what to do. Because yeah, like if I do something like I said, you know, Extraction Specialist, Flash Taker, and Viscera Seer, for example, then I have a deck that is not still very original. Or probably something that is just like the... What is the name of the strategy? You know, the kind of paper cut strategy. So yeah, that's fine. We're gonna focus on other things. What do I want to focus though? I do think that the ones that are kind of more different to me are both Nirkana Revenant and Pure Steel Paladin. But I do think the Last Ride would be interesting as well, as I haven't tried that card very much. Budoka Pupil is not really... I don't know. We would just be building a deck around Spirits and Arcanes, which would be fun for me because, as I said, I like this setting, but maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't think that it would be... It could be. Sometimes it just ends up in something really, really different and special. But I think I'm gonna just for now leave that a little bit away. Crystal Paladin is really kind of like making me think, could I try? I don't know. I'm not someone who plays a lot with equipments and aura decks, you know, but I should try sometimes. Last Ride does appeal to me, like, hey, this is interesting. And your kind of Revenant is also something that I look and I think, okay, I just want to reanimate these, and then what do I do with the mana? Like, the good thing about reanimating these is that then you can, if you have 3 mana and these you have, then you have access to a lot of mana, other stuff, you know. But I don't know, that is just part of the plan, and in formats where these would be legal, you probably don't want to reanimate these to get other stuff. Generally, you're gonna want to just get the other stuff, you know. So these possibly could end up being a secondary card in your... Not that the card needs to be primary, but it needs to, like, at least sometimes you want to use that card in some scenarios. And yeah, I don't know. What else can we think about this? I mean, I'm just thinking about that kind of idea of reanimation, but we could do other stuff. Maybe not. Like vampires doesn't make sense. You really want lots of mana, you know. Sorry. Oh, let me take a breath. I might go a little bit slower in these. This has a little bit of caffeine, and it's a little bit not so early. Should be drinking lots of. But anyway, coming back, I'm thinking I'm pulling away of Nirkana Revenant, although I would at some point like to play with this card. You know, it's not a card that I will probably play on another moment. So it's between the Last Ride and Pure Steel Paladin. Okay, let me just I don't know which one is which. I just need to find one of these. Okay, Last Ride and Pure Steel. So 2 mana to 2. When an equipment enters, you may draw a card. This is pretty good. What else could we do with a 1 mana artifact that is a 13/13? Like, I really don't know. And where you want to pay life? I don't know. I'm gonna try Pure Steel Paladin. I think it's the most different choice in here. The bad thing for me is that the best house would be in Modern, which I don't know the meta game of Modern. Like, I have never played Modern, which would be like, of course, the deck doesn't need to be the best, and it wouldn't be the best, but it doesn't need to be a good deck on the format. It just needs to be viable. So that's the idea. Sorry. But let's try it. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna be able to play with these, but I really want to see what we have in Modern that can make a deck in here, you know? So I'm gonna open Architect, which is my place. Okay, I need to log in. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can. I need to remember my login. I always forget. So just give me 1 second. Just 1 second or okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay dokie. And my login is this. Failed. Maybe this is okay. We are logged in. Let me come back in here. We have 30 minutes, so that means we have chosen the card and the format. We need to start looking for cards for our deck. So first things first, pure steel paladin. Okay, I gotta go in here actually. Deck pure steel. That's gonna be the deck name. And just so that we remember at some point. Format modern. I don't know. Game type any, right? I'm gonna say any, I don't know. Let's just create first. Let's search. We're still paladin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4. Yeah, there we go. We have that. So how do I look for cards for the deck? I come in here, advanced search. We're gonna look for cards that are legal in modern. There we go. That, and then we're gonna start with some things like we need equipments, and yeah, that can be any color. Probably we're gonna end up red, white, probably, I don't know. Let's, I don't know, for now let's look with these. There are probably gonna be a lot, and then we're gonna sort by mana value. And okay, it starts with 0. There are some 0 mana equipments as we thought, and then yeah, we want cards that are gonna be good with that. So first things first, let's just look. What are the 0 mana that are interesting? Because my idea is like you go for that, and then you go 0 mana something, 0 mana something. Oh, okay, I draw, and I can just equip those on my creature, and that's pretty good. So this shield is the same as this, and it just gives +0, +3. I would like to have something that gives me a little bit of aggressiveness. Equipped creature has add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. That is pretty good as well, right? Like making, like you equip for 0, and then next turn that, like the idea with Paradise Mantle actually is like you can go for Paladin, and then you go for this if you already had a creature in play. Then you put Mantle on that creature can tap for mana. You have 1 mana again, you know. And then what else do we have? Sigil of Distinction. It costs X, enters with X charge counters, and equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter. And to equip, you can remove a charge count. You need to remove a charge counter, but with this, you wouldn't need to remove the charge counters. But the thing is not great. Spider Silk Net, +0/+2 and has reach. Yeah, I think that Paradise Mantle is the best one for now. There. I'm gonna go for 4. I think that this is our mana dork, let's say. Turns our creatures into mana dorks. If you can cycle these when you have the Pure Steel Paladin, then it's nice. What else? Anything else in here? Also, I'm gonna have to think about the ratio between equipments and creatures, but we're gonna think about that later. Adventuring gear, whenever land enters, it gets +2/+2. And then you equip for 1. It's good if you have some lands that benefit. You know, that some things that can make you benefit from landfall. Do we have... what is the name of that kind of land? Fetch lands? Do we have fetch lands in Modern? I don't know, but I think so. I don't know. Maybe not. What else do we have? Arc Speeder. That's blocking it. With creature attacks, choose up to 1 target creature. That creature can't be blocked and has base power and toughness 1/1. I'm thinking on some things in here. Okay. These two are kind of nice. You equip those. And then you need these 1 mana. No, it doesn't work as I was thinking. Okay. What are some other nice ones for 1 mana? +1/+0 and Menace is nice. Combat damage of player or battle, you create a treasure token. So I'm gonna leave some in here. Death Touch and Lifelink is okay. That's a really nice artwork, right? Human or Angel, it has Vigilance, +1/+1. Put a counter on a crypt creature. Okay. +2/+0, of course. Man, oh my god, why wasn't I thinking on the one that is the most interesting to think? That is the hammer. I mean, of course. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, really? Are you gonna do a hammer deck? Probably. Oh, there's something out there that is already that. Of course, I didn't think earlier about that. But you know, sorry, that can lead to some pretty powerful combinations, you know. You get turn 1 hammer, turn 2 another hammer and something that gives haste to your creature. Turn 3 you go for Pure Steel Paladin and, you know, just end the game. Something like that. Yeah, Colossus Hammer. That's what I'm thinking of. Because then, yeah, you get Colossus Hammer, but then it has Equip 0 if you have 3 or more artifacts. Like, that is pretty interesting. So yeah, I don't love the decks that just cheat these, but they are okay, they are good. Let's maybe try to build one about these. I don't know. Let's see if there is some other thing that I feel it can be more fun. Let's see. Destroy target creature and equipped creature. I mean, it's fun to just hit with +10/+10. Don't get me wrong. As long as the card exile, equipped creature has fly-in. The same is true for other things. Okay. Okay. Exiled. What do you have? Nothing, right? Okay. Attach it, +2 +0, +2 +2, hexproof from monocolored. So yeah. These can give hexproof from monocolored, so it could be even a sideboard for the deck. What else? To do, create a 1/1, then attach, +1 +2, +1 +1 for a charge counter. Okay, it casts. That's nice. Gets charge counters whenever you gain life. Equips for 2. Hexproof as long as it's untapped. I don't know, because the other one is double white, I think we gotta not think a lot about this, although Modern has a very good mana base. Colorless. Living weapon. Okay, a Hankyu. Interesting. Put an aim counter on Hankyu. Remove all aim counters. This creature deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of aim counters removed. +4/+0. Great X would be like an okay one. Rage Enchantment. Can't be blocked with power far greater. So yeah, what do you want? We already have an idea. Okay, it's just in here. Of like how to make this very, very huge. Then how can we make it so that it can't be blocked? We have an idea with Menace. We have an idea. No, this is only hexproof, not protection. So yeah. We do gotta just look for a lot of equipments in here first. You may draw 2 cards. Now, we don't intend to be blocked if possible. Haste and Ward 1. So yeah, this is something we would like to give it haste if possible. And the Ward 1 is interesting, yeah. Like, could be a little bit better. Lost Jite. How do you say that? Whenever it deals combat damage, you put a charge counter, remove a charge counter too. Be able to untap a land, put a counter, or target creature can't block. Combat damage. So this is interesting, like, if you do 1 damage, then on the other turn, a creature, you can make 1 creature not able to block. That is something. What else do we have? Isn't a planeswalker. Oh, okay. For each counter on it. Oh, okay. Okay, because that's the idea with planeswalkers. Loyalty counters. When equipped, creature transform this equipment. Oh, that is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. When it enters, attach it. 1 mana, you attach. It has flash as well. Okay, I'm thinking what would be our best kind of turns. Turn 1, 1 creature. Probably an artifact creature if possible. Turn 2, you go for what is this? Where is he? Oh, okay. You go for Pure Steel Paladin. You already have 1 artifact, and then you go for 2 equipments that cost 0, just so that you draw a card with those already, and then you can already equip things that cost 0. Maybe you generate 1 more mana because you might equip. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, didn't. Oh, I already Paradise Mantle. So yeah, you can get Paradise Mantle on one of your creatures, the one that doesn't have Summoning Sickness. Then you have 1 mana, and then you can go for another 1 mana Colossus Hammer maybe. And yeah, you can equip Colossus Hammer, so hardly for a creature to die to some kind of firebolt, you know, lightning bolt, you know, something like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We still need trample or the creature not being able to be blocked or something like that. Let's see if we find something like that. Especially for 1 mana if we can. Death Touch. And it attacks alone. Toxic. Players that combat damage by a good creature also get a poison counter. Every type. Short Sword, Shadow Spear, +1/+1 Trample, and Lifelink. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Experiments you control. Your opponent's control loses the things that they would have. I do think that Shadow Spear is an okay card. What is this slice of pizza? Oh, okay, Shard of Broken Glass. When it attacks, you may put 2 cards from your library into your graveyard. Okay. If a source would deal damage to a equipped creature, prevent number of creatures you control. So you can prevent 1 damage to, I don't know. Reconfigure is attach. How does it say? Equipment you control. So this is an equipment. So it would have equip 0. You equip. And then that gets +1/+1. And these are creature becomes blocked. Deals 1 damage. It's kind of good with this one because then when the creature deals damage, you create a treasure. So you can create the treasure from the ping. You ping 1 damage, create a treasure. If your creature connects, you get the other damage. So maybe Simeon's Link could be an option in here. I don't know though. Human, as long as equipped creature is a human, it gets an additional +1/+0. It's just +3/+0. We have better than these. This already has equip 0. Skulk can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Generally, we want with lesser power. Can't be blocked by creatures with flying. Enters the battlefield, equipped creature. Like, this could be good for a sideboard as well. Not gonna look at that though for now. Okay. Attach to a creature, first strike until end of turn. Okay. I don't know. You gain 3 life. How much time do I have? Oh my god. That is a hard one to do, and I don't know modern. I don't know. This could be a really bad deck for modern. And I'm just saying, oh, it's okay. I don't know. Maybe not good. Not good at all. Okay, I do need... there are a lot of things. +2/+0 Death Touch, Flying. The creature does lose Flying with the other thing. Come on. You may pay 1 plus 1 and war 2 reconfigure. Okay, we started going for the 2 mana slot, and then in here we have to have a very high criteria for what we want. Like, it has to be pretty good. Menace and all. Oh, yeah. These are kind of nice because of the equip 0. Like, no, like, maybe what we should be looking at is like, what does have equip for a lot? And how about these? This is probably good, right? Second spell each turn. Like, we're gonna be casting 0 mana spells, creating those monks. I mean, yeah, that would be pretty good, right? So yeah, as I said, maybe we're gonna end up on a red-white deck anyways. Okay, what else? Let me look for things that just need a lot to equip. They might be the best ones. +2 manas. Glimmer light. Flame drink. First strike for each instant and sorcery. You could have that instant that equips things to your creatures. I don't know if it's what we want. But it would be okay with some of the other stuff that we have. I don't know, let's kind of just go looking for things. Whip 3. Shroud is interesting, like with lightning greaves. This is okay because we have the 0 mana creatures, you know, but I don't know if it's what we want. I don't know. Double strike is fine, especially with the +10/+10. But we do need the other ideas that we have in there. Let's see what we have in here. We still have some things to look at, and there are a lot of things, you know. When you know the format a bit, you just know a little bit what to look for. So we're running against time in here. But yeah, like, probably I won't deviate a lot from what I have already thought. Haste. Hexproof and haste. Yeah, this was the one that I was thinking of. Hexproof is interesting. Haste, but yeah, I don't know. I really should just look for, like, okay, which equipments have the words. Let's go like trample. Which ones do have that? And then sort in by mana value. So yeah, Shadow Spear, I think we gotta get that one. This one, Flurry, is second spell. And then Prowess is something we're not gonna activate a lot, but second spell I think is gonna be fine. So, what was the name of the card I just saw? Fury Steel? Corey Steel. Corey Steel. I think it's fine. Colossus Hammer. How about this? I think it's nice, the idea of menace. You know, maybe your opponent still doesn't have 2 creatures. What else? I do need to get 1 water that is on my fridge. How much time do I have? 7 minutes? Oh my god, let's go. I'm probably ending a little bit after the time, but I'm always trying to stick on time in here, you know. So, Hexproof from mono colored. This is a sideboard for us. Did I already put Shadow Spear? I don't know. Let's see what we have. No, I didn't. Arrow Spear. Come on. We need things which are gonna be okay with, are gonna be good with these as well. This is an artifact, right? Yeah, it's an equipment as well. Trample and haste to the guy is already nice as well. Trample and haste and +1/+1. This is gonna be pretty good in here, yeah. These I don't know because I don't think that I'm gonna rely a lot on Beantown Beatstick. But yeah, it gives menace and +1/+0. I think I'm gonna try. So Simeon's Link. And I also should be thinking about mana base already. Simeon's Link. What else? I just Beantown Stick. Beantown Beatstick. 3 of these. Don't want a lot. Did I get it? Yeah, that's in here. So yeah, it's I'm gonna filter view as group by mana value. So yeah, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, I'm gonna cut some from these to help our head think faster. I'm gonna look for creatures now. There are also artifact, not necessarily equipment, but say something about equipment. And yeah, it could be white or red, but not gonna. Okay. This, okay, it can become a creature later on. Okay. Attach, no. Lion's Ash. I don't know. No. Enchanted or equipped to have double strike. How does this work again? Can you just go for this side? Nah, not great. None of these are really great. So what we want are just artifact creatures, mana value less than 2. So 1 and 0 mana. Artifact creatures that are okay. I think that Pomat Courier is one that is nice. Where are you? Okay, in here. So yeah, Pomat Courier. There is the other one, which is the one that combos with Colossus Hammer, and that it's a 1 mana creature. I don't remember which one it is. It might not be an artifact creature. When it dies, you may play it. Would be okay. It would be better if it would be white. 1 mana 2/2. This Esper Sentinel is pretty good, right? Just like, let me do my stuff, don't mess with me, and we're fine, you know? Whoops. Yeah, that's fine. How many cards do we have? 35 and 25 lands. We want like 21 lands at the most. So we want 4 more cards in here. We want that instant that attaches the things. Any creature that I look and I say, oh yeah, this one, we do want this one. Do we have? I don't think so. Ornithopter? No. Rel. No. Anything else? Not that I'm looking in here. Okay, let's try to... Okay, how much time? 2 minutes. Yeah, we didn't get to go with the time, mostly. But yeah, if it only lasts the mana base, then that's it. I gotta try and stay within time. You know, that's the whole idea. I'm gonna just go back and look for equip. I think it's that. Okay, if it's a warrior, you may attach an equipment. That is the idea. That is how you equip. I think that we don't need these actually. I was thinking we would need that, but not so much. So what do we have in here? I think I want another one of these 0 mana equipments. So let's go back to this, less than 1. I think that vigilance is nice. What else do we have? Reach. I don't know.Maybe just +0, +3 vigilance is already okay. You know. Pathars should. Card search. Stars. Shield. Because yeah, it's gonna cycle itself. We have 29. So let's see, we have 33 seconds. That's it. So we've got to this part. Now we go for mana base. Yeah, we didn't get all of the deck. Most of the mana base white with red. So yeah, like, I don't know, like, now this is one thing that generally I don't net deck. So what I'm gonna just do now is like modern legal lands, you know, something like that. Land staple. Like these I can search for, but not like just trying to look whatever works. So yeah, this is something, and then there is something I'm gonna implement that generally I didn't do, and we're gonna enter on that in a while. So yeah, we have Shocklands. So Sacred Foundry. I think that fast lands are gonna be really interesting in here. We do have these fetch lands. Arrhythmisa. So let me just see one thing. I want to kind of... Cannot drag. Drag is not support in this group by. So, let me try. Like, isn't there like custom? I'm gonna say categories. Oh my god. Not burn. One mana. I don't care about the names. 0 mana. 1 mana. 2 mana. This. Oops. This. 2 mana. Yeah, let's go. Arrhythmisa. Because yeah, I think it's fine to just have yeah, that's fine. What do we want? Maybe I don't know, like, because we're gonna... Can we like edit? No. Select by this stack. How do I wanted to get all of these and like maybe the sort. I could find something. Alphabet. So maybe I could just rename, right? Select all, edit. So yeah, this is gonna be B. Draw. This is gonna be A. Burn. Just so that we don't spend a lot of time in here. And then this is actually C. Land. the lands are gonna enter in here. So that actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call these D land, create some things, and then this is gonna be C life key, alphabetical order. So yeah, now we want lands in the D land and these in here, and the other lands are gonna enter in here. Now we want the fast lands. Surveil 1. Do we want one Surveil 1 land for our Arid Mesa? Generally not, but like we're gonna have to rely a lot on Pure Steel Paladin with Colossus Hammer. That is mostly just like trying to get to that. Like these are pretty bad when you don't have that. Yeah. So yeah, other things that would support these would be better, would make this deck better. I'm not gonna be trying to just get that. We did already reach time, okay? Just to put that, to be clear on that. Urza Saga, is it good in here? Like it adds colorless. I don't think so. Yeah, not any good. Not by any means. I don't think I want this Surveil land, maybe. Maybe it would be good, you know, like at some point. But we're like, probably this is a deck that will mulligan a lot. Red, white. Come on. Where are the other lands that we can use? Pay 1 life to add that, and then you can sack to draw a card. Sun-Baked Canyon could be like okay. Sun-Baked. Just like, let's go for one. Oh, come on. I thought that they would just be in here because, you know, it started with these. Let's just call this land. I mean, it has already the unable to save this as land. Really? Oh my god. Thanks. Yeah. Ooh, look at these. Oh my god. I'm really hyped for the Avatar set, you know. I'm gonna just put everything in here then. Yeah, that's it. Because I generally don't hype for a lot of sets, but Avatar is something I really love. What else? What else? Okay, these we can do this. I want the Fastlands. I don't remember their names. Load more. I can just look, right? Fastland borrows. This one. Sure, fewer. Inspiring Vantage. Here. Inspiring Vantage. Okay, we need 7 more lands. Could be... I don't see... I mean, there's a little bit of reasons that we wouldn't want pathways, but they could be fine. Some utility lands would be fine. Are there utility lands that have something to do with equipments? Let's see. And says something about equipment. Yeah, that's it, right? And a value less than 1. Oh my god. I'm gonna just take the mana value thing off because I think that it could be cutting something. Legal in modern land. Okay. Search for an equipment. But costs a lot. 2 mana equipment that when it enters, an opponent creates 2 plants. You may transform Thousand Dagger into a land that adds 3 mana. We don't want this. Knight or equipment. This is a Knight. Oh, we could get this with that land. This. It just human soldier. It just can't pay for S% now. So maybe we go for 2 or 3 training rounds, but the rest, it goes for everything on our deck. Because of that, because of S% now, and I really think that this is nice. We're gonna get the other thing. Okay, what did I say? Training rounds. I'm already what? Isn't this the name? Where did I find it? Okay, in here. Tournament rounds. Oh my god. Tournament rounds. Maybe only 2, yeah. I'd like to have a little bit of, plains or mountains on our deck so that any kind of those removal that you can look may let you search it. And what else do we have in terms of mana base that would be nice? Equipment, as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. So one thing that would be nice is like, aren't there artifact lands that have indestructible? Oh, they do enter tapped, right? I don't know if I want something entering tapped. I'm gonna go for something tapped, really. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the untapped Ancient Den. It kind of helps you, like 1 mana, and then 1 equipment, 2 mana. You go for that. You already have 3 artifacts. Man, that really helps actually. But these you can only have 4 of, right? I think so. But yeah, we really need those in our mana base. They're even better than a lot of stuff. Oh, it's not legal. I did find in here, I don't know. Probably not legal if it's not appearing in here. Let's try to look for artifact lands that are modern available. Legendary artifact that becomes lands later. Ability of artifact spells. So no. Didn't want the ones that enter tapped. So yeah, that is not exactly what I want. I don't know. I don't think that it's the best. I mean, you want to win fast, and it would be nice to have artifact lands, but not the ones that will enter tapped. And it would be nice on modern to have indestructible lands, but entering tapped, is that worth? How many lands do we still need? Like, we have 2 planes in here, so that's from 4 to 6 lands. I think it would be fine to, just go with these. What else? Maybe Valakut Awakening could be fine. Okay, I don't think that I want to spend a lot of time just cracking my head in here. I'm just gonna go for one more mountain. Let's go back in here first. So yeah, I think one mountain. No, this one. Also pretty nice. One mountain. Don't want a lot. Actually, do I want one mountain? You know, I really want these on turn 2 always. Don't want that mountain. So yeah, 4 of these. And then 2 more cards. Is it viable? And do we have like... How does these mocks work? December. Legendary. Creature. Planeswalkers. Yeah, no. What else? I don't know. What was these? I could go for another one of these. And then we need one land, which could be the tournament grounds. I mean, it's pretty good. Tournament grounds can't do this. But we only have 3, like it might be sometimes, you know. More than what you think of. And yeah, 4 planes is fine if you're facing a deck that wants to be destroying your lands. And then when you have these and some things, you drawing you other things. You know, it might be pretty good. So yeah, I think this is it. This is our deck. This is pure steel. And now the final touch is we're gonna use here the playtester. We're gonna open some hands and just say, okay, is this like viable? Is this on the point where we would want it or not? Let's see. First hand, we would have 3 mana. We have the Colossus Hammer. We have Esper Sentinel. Probably we would mulligan, but because this is the idea of the deck, to mulligan a lot. So imagine this is our first mulligan. It's fine that we did find some things that would help us stay on the first few turns, but let's try to find something better. So yeah, this is worse. Generally, that's the thing, we are relying a lot on Pure Steel Paladin. There are probably some options that would make our deck more viable, more consistent, if we could rely on other things as well, you know? So yeah, that's the thing. And then here we have 2 Pure Steel Paladin. We would keep these. And how do I get things back to my library? Because, you know, that was like I need to return a planes like in here, right? I don't know. And then maybe one of the paladins. So yeah, that's our hand. We would start with maybe Arrhythmism. How do I... Okay, these I drew. Okay, yeah, it's just like I would shuffle, find something, tap, go for this, maybe start with Steel Cutter into Paradise Mantle. It would get us a token, already nice. On the other turn, I don't know, maybe this into this. And then we do have 2 equipments only, which is not nice. I can equip this for 1. Is it nice? I don't think so. Maybe equip these on the creature. The creature was a white monk, is not an artifact creature. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't be able to equip for 0. Then on the other turn, oh my god, day 1 life, I could go for this. Pay 1, tap and sack this to draw a card. Oh my god. And then go for another one. And yeah, it was a pretty bad hand. Let's... how do we restart this? Oh, this is the next turn? Ooh. Oh, okay, you just do that for you. How do I redo the thing? I don't know. The first time I'm using this function. Start new game. Immediately? I don't know. Wow. 3 for 5 lands on this deck. Which we only have 21. So that's one mulligan. And then we do have some things and one land. I don't know, depending. We don't draw a lot. We would have to mulligan again. 1, 2, 3, and as percent, no. Probably I would have to keep these and yeah, you know, wait a bit. But if I would mulligan again, then I would have to keep 3 cards, which would be oh, this is just too much, you know, to just... But yeah, I would have to go from here, move to... So L. Is it L? Do I press L and it does it, the thing? Yeah, I don't know. Keep this. Boom. Boom, boom. Next turn, I forget already where was next turn. Okay, in here. Next turn. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. Next turn. Next turn. Oh, it already draws you the card. Arrhythmia. Bum, bum, bum. Something else? This one, you know, we... Next turn. Boom, boom, boom. Just maybe. Next turn. So yeah, not great, but... something like that. And that's it. Like, not very viable, but slightly viable. Who knows, maybe one day we get back to this deck, but yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, give me some constructive feedback if you can, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.